Hello all, I am P.W. Angre working as an assistant professor in Sanjivani College of Engineering, Kopargaon in Mechanical Engineering Department. So up till now we have discussed the impulse steam turbine, its velocity triangle analysis. Also we have found out the equation for work done, efficiency. Also we have solved some problems on impulse turbine. Now today we will discuss about reaction steam turbine. So let us start. The reaction turbine, the velocity in reaction turbine, expansion of steam and heat drop occurs both in fixed blade and moving blade. This is very important. In impulse turbine, expansion of steam is taking place in fixed blade. So all pressure energy will get converted into kinetic energy in fixed blade. But in case of reaction turbine, it is taking place in both fixed as well as moving blade. So figure shows the velocity diagram for the reaction turbine blade. Okay. So in reaction turbine blades, the steam continuously expands as it flows over the blade. So the effect of continuous expansion of steam during the flow over the blade is to increase the relative velocity of steam. So in case of impulse turbine, relative velocity is reduced due to friction, but in case of reaction turbine, it increases. Now again, since expansion is taking place in both, that is fixed blade and moving blade, so with respect to moving blade, there is always difference of pressure. That pressure is nothing but reaction pressure. So therefore, there is a term known as degree of reaction comes over here. So what is the degree of reaction? Now here you see fixed blade and moving blade. This is known as stage. Okay. An expansion of steam and enthalpy drop occurs in fixed as well as moving blade. So degree of reaction is defined as the ratio of heat drop over the moving blade to the total heat drop in stage. Okay. So in the stage. So R suffix small d is heat drop in moving blade upon heat drop in stage. So it is delta Hm upon delta Hf plus delta Hm. Okay. So that is enthalpy change in moving blade upon enthalpy change in stage. Stage is nothing but arrangement of fixed blade and moving blade. So this is a velocity triangle for reaction turbine blade. So CBL, C1 will have two components, CW1, CF1. Then there is a CR1, then C2 will have two components, CF2, CW2, and then CR2. Okay. Then alpha angle, beta angle, theta angle. This is velocity triangle. This is stage. So this is delta Hf, change of enthalpy in fixed blade, and delta Hf, change of enthalpy in moving blade. CR2 is greater than CR1 for reaction water turbine, and for reaction steam turbine. For impulse steam turbine, CR2 is less than or equal to CR1. Now the heat drop in moving blade is equal to increase in relative velocity of steam passing through the blade. So delta Hm equal to CR2 square minus CR1 square by 2. Okay. Delta Hm is nothing but it is heat drop in moving blade, which is equal to increase in relative velocity. So CR2 is more, that's why it is CR2 square minus CR1 square by 2. Okay. Then next, the total heat drop in the stage, that is delta Hf and delta Hm, is nothing but work done. Because of total heat drop, you are getting what? Work done. So what is work done? It is CBL in CBL into CW. Okay, CW is what? CW1 plus CW2. So therefore, degree of reaction is what? It is delta Hf upon total heat drop. So it is CR2 square minus CR1 square by 2 upon CBL into CW1 plus CW2. Now here CR2 is nothing but CF2 cosec phi. So what is cosec phi? It is hypotenuse upon opposite. So you take here cosec phi. This is phi angle. Okay. Cosec phi CR2 upon hypotenuse upon opposite. Okay. CR2 upon this. So what we are getting? CR2 upon CF2. Okay. CR2 upon sorry, opposite, not adjacent, it is opposite. So CR2 upon CF2. Cos phi is what? This is phi angle. Cos phi equal to CR2 upon CF2. Okay. Then CR1 equal to CF1 cosec theta. So therefore CW1 plus CW2 is equal to, sorry, CR2 is CF2 cosec phi, CR1 is CF1 cosec theta. Okay. CW1 plus CW2, what is CW2? It is CF1 cot theta and CF2 cot phi. Refer the velocity triangle, you will understood it. The velocity of flow generally remain constant. So CF1 equal to CF2 equal to CF. So substituting the values of CR1, CR2 and CW1 plus CW2, you can write degree of reaction as CF square. Why CF square? Because CF1 equal to CF2. Cosec square phi minus cosec square theta upon twice CBL CF cot theta plus cot phi. By taking common CF upon twice CBL, you are getting cot square phi plus 1. What is cosec square phi? Cot square phi plus 1 minus cot square phi plus 1 upon this. Okay. So finally, you are getting equation like this. Okay. CF upon twice CBL cot square theta minus 1 phi upon cot theta. So it is 1 by 2 CF upon twice CBL. That is if the turbine is designed for 50% reaction. 50% reaction means RD equal to 50%. 1 by 2, 0.5 RD. Degree of reaction is what? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 equal to CF upon twice CBL cot phi minus cot theta. So CBL equal to 2 will get cancelled out. Okay. CBL equal to CF in bracket cot phi minus cot theta. Also CBL equal to CF cot phi minus cot beta. Okay. If theta equal to beta or phi equal to alpha. If theta equal to beta and phi equal to alpha, which means that now how it is possible? 50% degree of reaction. 50% degree of reaction means what? 50% heat loss in fixed plate and 50% heat loss in moving blade, means angle should be equal. So that's why which means that moving blade and fixed blade must have the same shape, then and then only degree of reaction is 50%. Therefore this condition gives the symmetrical velocity diagram. Okay, and that's why we are getting what? Yes, alpha equal to phi, alpha angle equal to phi. So alpha angle with respect to alpha there is a C1 and with respect to phi CR2. So C1 equal to CR2, C2 equal to CR1. So this is known as Parsons reaction turbine. Okay. So condition now this condition for maximum efficiency we will discuss in next lecture. So in short, degree of reaction we are getting 1 by 2, that is 0.5 only if alpha angle equal to phi angle and beta angle equal to theta angle. Now for alpha equal to phi, C1 equal to CR2, for beta equal to theta, C2 equal to CR1. Okay, and this is known as Parsons reaction turbine. So today we will stop here, and in next lecture we will discuss condition for maximum efficiency for the case of reaction steam turbine.